Now let's have a look at some of the types of strategies, some kinds of strategies which we can teach to our students in order to make them strategic second language readers. So there are some key strategies which we now look at and discuss. Research in SLA, second language acquisition, over the past 30 years has suggested some important strategies which good readers make the use of while reading a text or while they face certain problems in terms of decoding the meaning of the text or inferring the main theme of the text. So these key strategies are divided into metacognitive strategies, cognitive, social, and affective strategies. So these are largely 4 to 5 strategies which are considered important, and the main purpose of discussing these strategies is to help you become aware of this, how you can make the use of these strategies in your classroom when you become language teachers or those who are already teaching English as a second language or as an additional or as a foreign language, how you can make the use of these strategies to make your students better and good readers. So the main purpose of the discussion of these strategies is to train your students to focus on learning from the text and make them interacting with the author. That's another important point. What's the main agenda of the author conveyed through a particular text? And what they can do if they experience some unknown words or some unseen lexical items, and how they can make the use of their existing or prior knowledge in order to make meaning of a text. So now let's have a look at metacognitive strategy, which is all about, which deals with that. It's your job as a language teacher to tell your students that they should keep reminding themselves about what purpose of the text is, why they are reading a certain text or a particular text. Another important point which is related to metacognitive strategy is to make your students decide whether the text which they are reading is related to their objective, related to their purpose. And then you can train them to reflect on how well those objectives were met when they were reading that text. So this metacognitive strategy will help students evaluate the overall or assess the overall quality of a text. And this will also help them assess the quality of their comprehension, and they can also make the use of some repair strategies, how to make the use of the background knowledge. So metacognitive strategies are important because they train students read well, read in a skillful way, read with certain approach and technique. Now let's have a look at cognitive strategy. Cognitive, as you know, the word cognition is all about related to your mental faculty. So it's important to tell our students, to train them not to do reading for the sake of reading, rather to train them, make the use of some cognitive strategies, and to train them which parts of the text need to be read slowly and which quickly, and where skimming and scanning is involved. In other words, skimming, as you may know, is all about getting the main general idea of the text, and scanning is about getting the specific information from a text. So these cognitive strategies can help students read and reread, and we can also train them to, which parts of the text can be ignored or they can be focused. Another cognitive strategy is if students are worried about their pronunciation level, we can make them read aloud, and reading aloud can help them reflect on their overall pronunciation. And we can also train them to how to critique the writer's main agenda conveyed through a particular text, and keep asking critical questions about the main purpose of the text, to what extent it serves the main purpose of the writer, and to what extent it meets the purpose of the readers actually. So these metacognitive strategies are all the more important to help our students become strategic readers. So there are some effective and social strategies which entails effective, just to train them how to reward themselves once they successfully read a certain piece of text, and after having read, how they can talk to others about their experience of reading a text. And this is what, this discussion may indicate that this is what we are lacking in the context, in our context of teaching English, that we don't actually teach strategies to our students. And this is why these are important, to help them develop strategic knowledge of reading. And this is how, if they are strategic, they are good readers, they would reward themselves, and they will find themselves encouraged, and they will be easy decisions to make regarding what to select for reading. So reading strategies, as this topic has shown, this discussion has reflected, are all the more important. Metacognitive, cognitive, affective and social strategies are all the more important to make our students competent, effective and good in their reading.